Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new, this is the Storyteller's Oracles and I'm Maria, your storyteller. If you're one of my subscribers, welcome back. I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. One I'm actually going to share with you guys, which has led to quite a bit of healing. And actual beautiful shadow work, and that is my mother being in the hospital. A few days ago, I got news that my mother was in the intensive care unit in the hospital, which obviously is cause for concern. She's older and quite unhealed, and therefore has forgotten to love herself first, and it led her down a very unhealthy path. And she had a cut on her leg that I guess she couldn't see, so it went unattended and got infected, which led to septic shock. So long story short, my mother is still in the hospital. Thank you all who have commented on my Instagram. I'm very grateful for all of the love and support you've been sending my way. It's helped me, keep my head up with all of this. I send my mother REIKI every chance I get to help with everything that the doctors are doing for her. And I still talk to her because I know we connect telepathically. We always have. All I had to do was think about her and she'd call me, or I would think about, oh my gosh, I need to call mommy. I haven't called her in almost a week. Holy crap. And then my phone will go off a few minutes later after I forgot that I was going to call her the moment I stopped doing what I was doing. Because, mom life, it's hard. You get caught up. Daily life, even daily life. I say mom life just because I have 3. They outnumber me, and it's just me. So, single mom problems. When they outnumber you, it's a whole different ballgame. We'll just leave it at that. Anyways, I found myself repeating the same question every time things were coming up the last few days. Seeing my mother there in the hospital bed, obviously it's not easy, even when you're prepared for it, because you tell yourself, sometimes when people don't take care of themselves, what path it's leading down. It could be, from addiction or whatever. It could be a wild lifestyle. Maybe they're constantly putting themselves at risk doing, God knows what crazy things. But regardless, whatever it is that leads to your loved one being in a hospital bed with machines all connected to them, and they don't open their eyes to talk to you and greet you, no matter how long you stay and pray and wait and hope, it hits hard. And it started bringing up memories of childhood, lots of memories of childhood, and that's why I want to share this, because I originally started this channel because I wanted people to be able to follow along my personal journey of spirituality and love, and just knowing that God is always with me no matter what. And how I kind of use that to navigate things that most people call taboo, because there's truth in everything, and we're put here to find the answers. That's why we're here to experience life and everything that it has, in the physical form, because we're souls having a human experience. But anyways, sorry, running a rabbit. Seeing her there just made me think about a lot of stuff, and so lots of childhood memories came up, and then obviously the bad ones, the still unhealed ones, would come up. But it was weird because it was a completely different perspective. It was me looking at it through my eyes now, but still feeling it and experiencing it at the same time. It was like both times were coexisting at the exact same time, almost like I was there in my childhood body, reliving the experience again, feeling everything, hearing, seeing, the whole 9 yards, but was also at a higher perspective where I could see and understand both sides. And it's like I could hear my mother's thoughts, where she was, everything she was saying to me was because she didn't want me to suffer what she suffered through as a child, or even as a young adult, and as a woman, even as a woman still. And so because it comes from an unhealed, fear-based place from her own trauma, that's how it is expressed. And so it was very do as I say, don't do as I do, and do this because I said so. And I know that there was fear of saying why it truly was, because saying it would mean reconnecting herself to that trauma the way I've had to, and re-experiencing it, because my mother is very empathic, just like me, and is very, very, very highly connected to source. She's definitely a healer, and that's why my mother is like the picture of the wounded healer. She was always, and still to this day, gives so much of herself to everyone around her, but she leaves none for herself. Which just makes me want to love her even more, because I totally understand it now, because that's what I had been doing for so long in my life. I kept giving so much of myself to people, even when they were hurting me, because I thought that if I just kept giving and kept loving and kept forgiving and sharing and compromising and giving all of the good things you can give, that it would somehow heal them. I wasn't realizing that they were reflecting back to me exactly what I was doing. Just like I wasn't looking at myself and healing myself, neither were they. They weren't looking at themselves and healing themselves. They were still coming from a fear-based or trauma-based response center. And so that's why the situation just remained toxic and volatile. It can't be healed unless both are healing. Which has then opened my eyes to now situations with other people in my life, not just my mother. Sometimes people hurt us and they don't realize they're hurting us. I'm one of those people. It was brought to my attention in a very funny way, actually. A song popped in my head, and it turned out at the end of it all to be a Chicago song. The one that goes, ooh, baby, please don't go. I can't remember what it's called. But that song, and I couldn't remember it was Chicago because I hate the intro. It says, don't, and I'm just like, cringe, give me the lovey part of it, And no, they want a dramatic flair, and I'm like, no, get to the good stuff. Anyways, that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, so I found multiple other songs, and it basically turned into a whole dance party, okay? It landed me on Casey and the Sunshine, Please Don't Go. Love that song, and found out actually that I love Casey and the Sunshine something. And I didn't even know it. So many of their songs, I was like dancing and knew all the words and didn't even realize it. It's because my mom loved that stuff, so she played it a lot when I was little. And it made me think of her. And I was like, what would healed mommy do right now? She would dance. She would dance her heart out. So I started dancing with her and for her, because she can't right now. But I know she would want to. And she would want me to, because she would want me to be happy. She wouldn't want me to, completely fall apart and stop doing my videos and stop dancing and stop loving and laughing and smiling and living because of where she's at right now. She wouldn't want to know that something she did was hurting people she loved. And I know that because I know my mother. Because I hear her thoughts. We are that connected, And it was crazy. It just took me down this beautiful healing path while I was dancing. And I was thinking, gosh, I wish I would have danced with her more when I was younger, when she wanted me to dance with her, when she still had that light inside of her of trying to be happy. And I didn't, because it was like, oh, no, I'm too embarrassed. I don't want to dance, but let me act like I just, whatever, don't care. The kid and teenage thing to do, because it was a little before teenage years too, those like tween years, middle school years, junior high, whichever it is for you. But it's kind of those transition years where there's so much mental and emotional growth and change, that we kind of split and lose that connection with our parents, because we're at that point then so hurt ourselves, and have so much trauma we need to heal because no one taught us, because they weren't doing it themselves, that we stop trying and we stop giving, and there's more friction and tension in the relationships. But I'm here to tell you that from my personal experience of what has just happened to me the last few days and just minutes ago, it is always possible to wholeheartedly forgive and let go. It really is. Once you heal yourself to a certain level with each individual relationship you've had in your life, you can then look at everything that's happened in a completely new light. And it completely changes how you look at that person because you understand them. Indirectly, sin querer queriendo, which is wanting to but not wanting to, like unintentionally, because your intention wasn't to understand them better. Your intentions were to heal yourself. You were focusing on yourself. But in the process of focusing on ourselves, we start to realize just how connected everything is. Every experience we have with people directly happens to us so that we can acknowledge it later and learn from it. Because everything that happens up until those big tower moments where we're like, okay, enough is enough, I'm going to look at this. We just kind of push things to the side. But when we go and look back at it later, that's where we can put all those pieces together and truly see a bigger part of the picture. So that's what I have to share with you guys about that. I hope this helps. I hope this helps because as a mother, I would hope and pray that my children could do this for me. So why would I not do it for my mother when I know deep down in my heart that she truly loves me? And anyone who's ever given me their love, I know that deep down they would want this as well, right? And think of what you would want. Like I thought of a situation, like I was saying with the Casey and the Sunshine. I guess I wasn't done, sorry. But like I was saying with Casey and the Sunshine, he actually the lead singer, looks like a guy that I was completely head over heels for, but never told him. he went to school, like we met in JROTC summer camp. He went to a military school, and he was like, I think like 3 hours or something like that, 3 or 4 hours from where I was. And so it was long distance to call. We didn't have cell phones, like, so it was long distance to be able to call each other. So we actually wrote letters. Guys, like, we wrote letters. He sent me cards. He sent me gifts. I mean, total picture of like romance and wow. And I remembered it made me think of the last time that I saw this guy. And I was in a very toxic place myself. Trying to heal, but not exactly knowing how. So I was making a lot of mistakes that I didn't even know I was making, but I realized them later on. And this was one of them that I knew, but now I feel like I should still say something, because the last time I saw him, I ended up, like, my ex-husband picked me up from hanging out with him. And it was because I thought we were just friends. I didn't think he saw me as anything more than just a friend. I didn't know, because he never said. And because he never said, I never said, because I was afraid of rejection, and, I didn't want to lose my friend. Like, God, we got along so great. He was so funny. I loved it. And he was so cute. Looks just like the lead singer of Casey and the Sunshine. So I look back at that situation now, and I see how, he was always such a total gentleman. Even at the dance that I went to with him at his school, he did something no other man I've ever known has done. He allowed another man to cut in on a slow song. And he said nothing. He stood by, smiling and calm and confident. And let me tell you, this other guy was singing to me, and it was a love song. It was Aerosmith's I Don't Want to Miss a Thing. Okay, and y'all know when that song came out, it was huge, okay? Huge. And I'm pretty sure that this guy would have wanted to dance that song with me himself. But he was a total gentleman and allowed for this guy, who probably didn't have a date, to take that dance with me. And then afterwards, he just came back smiling and continued dancing with me. And it was so sweet. I loved it. He was so confident and so charismatic, and I don't think he even realized it. And it was my job to tell him that I felt that way. But I didn't, because I was unhealed and I was afraid. And I hurt him a lot with what I did. Because then, to have someone that now I know, I can look back at the situation and see that, yeah, he was really into me as well. But I didn't realize it back then. I had no freaking clue. I straight up thought he only saw me as a friend. So I was talking to another guy, and I'm pretty sure that I broke his heart with that. So I sent him healing and prayed, and I hope that he has no pain left from that past situation, and that if any trauma was caused, that he has fully healed it, because I never ever would have done that if I would have known what I was doing at the time. And who knows, I think I'm gonna send him a letter. I think I will, just to let him know, because I feel he deserves to know. He deserves to hear I'm sorry. So yeah. But anyways, do you see how it's like so connected? Everything is so connected. Once you heal one connection with one person and you see it from a higher perspective, you then take that knowledge and it applies to everything else in your life. And so many other things, you just start healing so much more. It's just this beautiful wave, this ripple, this beautiful flow of healing. And yes, it's come from something painful and sad, but oftentimes painful, sad, brings about healing. You have to have that balance, that yin and that yang, the good and the bad, the light and the dark. There's no flow without the balance. Anyways, I'm gonna pull a couple of cards just for some, I guess, wisdom, advice on maybe how you guys can heal some situation that you can maybe take what I just said and maybe look at a situation that resonates with whatever cards come out and heal that situation for yourself. And I hope that this technique of, asking yourself, what would the healed version of this person do? What would the healed person, the healed version of this person who's hurt me, what would they have done in that situation instead of what they did? Thinker at the bottom. And yes, lots of thinking on that one, huh? Don't worry. All good, all good. It's just healing, part of the process. Exchanging gifts. This card is actually about gifts being brought to you from the divine. And that healing could be a gift. Maybe this message will bring healing for someone, and that will be your gift. And I'm truly grateful if I can be a part of that. That's beautiful, because I know what this healing has done for me, and it is amazing. I'm completely at peace with my family now. My mother, my sister, completely at peace, because I just love them too much not to forgive them, because I love myself, and the me that loves myself loves the soul, not the events that have happened. I look deeper. I always look deeper when I meet people. That's why I don't like sunglasses. And that's why they were created as well, because they don't want us being able to look into each other's souls. But I'll let you go down that rabbit hole on your own, okay? Yes. All right, let's continue. And message in a bottle, so you might be receiving a message, or maybe this has been a message from the divine for some of you. Maybe I'm your message in a bottle. Hello. How are you? I love you, and I hope this helps. All right, Spirit. You get a card or a couple of cards for multiple people who are watching this video. How can they apply this question? What situations can they best heal? Very active. I'm not going to take those because the cards are very active right now. And I'll read a little bit, like little snippets from the book of each of these, the keywords, because I want it to be what resonates with you, whatever your intuition brings up to you at the time that you watch this. And you can always come back later and rewatch this video when you're working through new traumas and you feel blocked. And it maybe one of the other cards in the reading will resonate for you. That one just did a 180 flip, didn't it? I think it was that one. We'll take both of these. Anything else, Spirit? Bring them some situations, something that'll resonate that they can apply this question to and heal. Funny, the breathe card came out just as I was taking a deep breath. Maybe some of you might be feeling a little maybe overwhelmed by the idea of doing this. Just breathe it out. Whenever you start to feel overwhelmed, anytime in life, whenever you start to feel overwhelmed, Just breathe. Focus on your breathing. No place like home at the bottom. Some of you do have childhood home wounds to heal. And some of you might be thinking it's too late, too much time has passed, or too much has been done, tick-tock, time's up. But I'm drawn to this spiral on the back of No Place Like Home. Time is an illusion. Everything is infinite. Everything that was, is, or ever will be is all now. So it is not too late. And you guys, I mean, look at me. I'm grown. I have 3 kids, and I'm sitting here still healing childhood wounds. It's never too late. And I'm helping my children heal theirs. Yeah, to the sea, this talks about taking a higher perspective. You're still looking at it from a place of hurt, and that's okay. Start asking yourself that question, and just start there. Just ask the question, and maybe start with different people in your life. Start with anyone you can think of, and take baby steps with it. Buy the book. I'm drawn to buy the book. So, number 11. I passed it twice. There we go. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, and then universal laws. See, so cultural family customs, conformity, social rules. Some of you may have been raised super strict, super duper by the book. And you no longer conform to those rules, and that is the strain between you and your family. However, ask yourself, when you were little and you always saw that spark, that light in your parents' eyes, or your aunts, or even your siblings, okay? Because this could be anyone. This could be friend, family, extended family. Anytime something happened where you know now that that person was coming, that they're unhealed, you now have the understanding that you know this person is unhealed. You might not fully know the extent of it or whatnot, but you do know they are. You can still apply that, because you know that by the book, that's how they were doing things, because that's where fear keeps them. It's either fear of themselves, fear of who knows? We don't know. That's why we have to take that higher perspective. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate in a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior. Reflecting on instinctive understanding that is harmony is important. This is what I just said. This is the, understanding that, I mean, wouldn't that be the law of harmony? Let's add that one, the law of harmony, right? Where you understand how healing works, so you understand that if you used to be at this vibration, right? Like all sorts of craziness, just like this person, all sorts of craziness. But then you started healing yourself, and so your vibration started like regulating. But they're still over here like this. You're out of whack with each other, right? But you're at a much clearer, smoother flow. You can understand what all this madness feels like. Not knowing which way to go, not knowing what the right decision is, the right way to feel. Have compassion for that. And I know it's hard, especially when people have hurt us, and sometimes even when they continually hurt us. But even we do things that hurt people, and we don't even know we've hurt them. So isn't it fair to say, with that law of harmony, that they could be hurting us without knowing they're hurting us? I keep hearing an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, but if we dealt with our loved ones, our soul family, because the people that we have these strong magnetic connections to in our life, from family to friends to lovers, ex-lovers, they are all a part of our soul family. They are part of our energetic collective. We're all at different levels, but like we're within certain frequencies of one another, which is why we get along at certain points where our vibration is a match. But on other things, our vibrations are different. And so we're not in sync, and there's discord. I'm drawing on the Truth Be Told card. When you know better, you have to do better, and do all things with love, right? Because love is the way. Love is always the answer. How could we fix everything in the world? Love. Love of the resources that are on this planet for us. Love of the animals and the entire circle of life and the ecosystem, and how everything from the tiniest little microbe to the largest of the land mammals and largest in the sea, everything, even us with them, we all create a balance on the planet. If we all come from that place of love and look at every situation we're dealing with that way, we'll always be able to take a higher perspective and find better solutions. Not keep making the same mistakes that humanity as a whole has been making on this planet. Too many fear-based decisions, too much control. Take it how it resonates, right? I'm gonna look at this one real quick. This is number 14, breaks down to a 5. It says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. Yeah, clarity of communication. When you know better, you got to do better, right? You can't sit there and communicate things to people the same old way when you know better now. And not speaking the truth is just bringing bad juju for you, negative karma. I'm not laughing at you. I just laugh because like I used to do that shit a lot. So I used to like be constantly in waves of this negative karma because I was constantly focusing on negative crap and constantly like, well, well, that wasn't fair, and because that person wasn't fair to me, then I don't need to give them the time of day, or, whatever. And now I look at it as, wow, they were so unhealed in this way, this way, this way, this way, that way, the other way, da 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 da. Like I can literally point everything out. And I can look back at myself and I can see where I wasn't healed, and them getting triggered and doing things, how it would set triggers off in me and cause me to react in such a way that came from an unhealed place. And I can see how the just toxicity multiplied and continued because everyone was coming from an unhealed place, right? It's just crazy when you look at it from a different perspective, when you acknowledge that you're not always right, but yeah, you're not always wrong either, and you're willing to be honest and open about that. It's just everything. None of these cards are related to this, but I'm hearing for somebody at work, there's someone at work that's like really arrogant, and you've just been the chop wood. You've been doing like your day-to-day stuff at work, just literally focusing on what you have to do, even though it's like eating you up inside, that everybody thinks they're fucking golden and they're not, because they're really toxic and they're very fake. Like they talk about all the other coworkers and stuff. But you're doing the right thing, because you kind of, I'm really drawn to the breathe card, just zenning out and like refocusing and rebalancing yourself, so you basically don't flip your you know what on them and then end up getting yourself in trouble, because you're seeing what other people aren't picking up on right now. But I'm hearing that's going to change. So don't worry about that. Continue to breathe and just look at the situation and understanding that this person is acting that way because they are unhealed. There is something, and I'm hearing you'll know what it is. So whatever your intuition is telling you, that's exactly what it is. But whatever you know it is that's unhealed in them, that's what's causing them to act this way. Some sort of insecurity or something that you've picked up on. It's really weird. It's not related. There's nothing like work as far as like, professional work, but I am seeing like a professional setting, like an office or a medical complex. Yeah, everything's super professional looking. So yeah, take it how it resonates. It's there are no mistakes, no just simple coincidences. If you're drawn here and you're watching this and this part resonates, honey, it is for you, because time is an illusion, so these messages are timeless. I look at the page and I'm just immediately drawn to where it says, truth be told. That's right. Oh my gosh, my guys are so funny, you guys. I love it. They're just really helping me keep my head above water right now with everything as well. It's beautiful. All right. I was really drawn to this breathe card though, so we're going to check this one out. It's 29. Breaks down to an 11. Patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, trust. Patience in all things is called for right now. What do you need to do when you're in a rush? Slow down, of course. Meditate and trust. Breathe and then repeat. Humans cannot exist without drawing breath. Now's the time to allow the life-giving element of air to replenish your body, your being, and your very essence. Stop to smell the roses. Breathe in the sunlight and release the darkness. And miracles will appear. I'm being called to read the relationship aspect of this one. Don't be in too much of a hurry right now. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety. There's no need for tension. Savor the moment, and the waiting won't prove difficult. Your heart knows what the ego often resists learning. Patience pays off in deep and meaningful ways. I feel like you've worked, whoever this is going to resonate for, you've worked hard in this relationship and you're feeling a little defeated right now. But not breathing and not, like just taking a chill pill is really causing you to distort the energy of the stuff you're trying to manifest, the positivity and the healing you're trying to bring about, because you're still focusing too much on negative of, well, if they know this and they say that it's going to change and they've really told me and I feel like they really want to change it, but it's just not happening, like, why haven't they done it yet? Some things take time. Look at how long it's taken you to heal some aspects of yourself. Think of all the people who were patient with you and who were still there standing by your side when you were unhealed and it was affecting them. You would want them to do the same for you if it were you right now. Give them the same compassion you would want to see. It will help you stay centered because you'll be able to enjoy your moment in the faith and understanding that just as those who stood by you in your past indirectly helped you find your balance, you are now going to indirectly, by not stressing, by possibly even not seeming to care that they're not changing, I'm kind of getting that vibe, it's gonna trigger that in them because they're gonna be able to see more clearly once the triggers stop happening, because you're not constantly in their face, so they can get past the defensive and take a breath, which is what you need to do right now. But you can't really fully take that breath if you keep focusing on the who, what, why, when, where, how, okay? Just be. Do the things that bring you joy now. Focus on other things. I'm sure there are other things that you need to work on that you've let your focus, stray from those projects or other relationships because you've been focused on this one. Go spend some energy somewhere else and let that energy settle and resolve itself, okay? And it will get back into flow and reconnect with you on its own, and then you'll see. You'll see. It'll be beautiful. Some of you may be focused too much on hustling, on making money, and I mean that's trauma, right? That's lack mentality. If you're focused too much on finances and stressing over it, it's because you have a root chakra imbalance, most likely. It could be as simple as grounding yourself, or you could possibly want to get Reiki to clear it if there's a larger blockage than just grounding can resolve. So it says, a need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature. Trying to be something you're not. Chasing after every sparkly new thing. Being mercurial. I'm not sure what that means, but those of you who know about astrology, would know what Mercury means. Astronomy is knowing of the planet itself, but astrology, I believe, is like more of the spiritual significance of the different planets. Something I want to learn more about that I've actually been doing. It's kind of cool, but I don't know anything about this yet, so I won't talk about it. If you're drawn to it, maybe that's what I'm talking about it. So if you're drawn to it and you're like, well, what does that mean? Just look it up. What mercurial? What can being mercurial mean spiritually? And see what you find. It's only human to want to adorn oneself in trinkets and paint a pretty picture of oneself. And I'm seeing somebody like the whole house, the car, keeping up with the Joneses type of deal. It's natural to want to acquire the trappings of status or to deny them as a statement of rebellion. But if it sparkles, is it better? Whether it's a fast car, a big house, a title or position, the stamp of authority. Oh, my throat is closing up. Right with that authority. For some of you, this could be parent related. And for others of you, this could be boss related. Oh, it like burned, like it stung. It felt like almost like something bit me in my throat. I've never felt that before. Or the sparkling of diamonds. These icons let you know something about a person, place, or thing. Or do they? The truth is that people seek to acquire things because of what they will do for them, and how they symbolically will elevate them and make them more attractive. This card signals that it's time to see beyond the adornments and probe underneath the surface. Learn to recognize the masks people wear and the motives underlying them. Imagine that all the glitter is gone. Would you still desire that object or that person? Well, that just... Okay. So some of you here are staying with someone that you're not in love with, that you don't want to be with, but everyone thinks they're so wonderful because for whatever reason they're picture perfect to your friends or your family. And so you're feeling pressure to stay with this person. And there are two masks here. But I'm getting this person is fake as fuck. Because look at the long ass nose on that other mask. And that could be you too. Like you could feel like Pinocchio. Like you're living a fucking lie. Like your nose should be out to here. Because you're not living in your truth. Because you can't stand this person because they're fake. They're fake. They're low vibrational. They're toxic. I'm hearing toxic. Like toxic as... I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I've been there. I've stayed with someone because it was like the perfect home. No. No. If are they really what you want? Like, just think. If you're in a toxic relationship where you can't stand the person because they're fake, but you're staying because everyone around you seems to think they're so wonderful and they're so perfect for you because they fit the bill on everything, but you're not happy. Mejor solo que mal acompañado. It keeps... Sorry guys, a lot of my ancestors are very loud and we all speak Spanish, so that's how I hear a lot of messages. It means... It's literally translated, it means better to be alone than to be in bad company. How much peace of mind would you have coming home to an empty house versus what you're coming home to right now? and you're not speaking up. Look at all this yellow and blue. You are not standing in your power. Yellow is solar plexus chakra. That is the energetic center. It disperses the energy throughout the other chakras in our body. It's where we stand and claim our power. And then the blue is voicing your power. And if you're not standing in your power, you sure as heck can't voice it. You know? Like, that's why I feel like there's so much more yellow here than the blue, because you're so blocked, you're so far from standing in your power because of fear. And I'm being drawn to root chakra, because you're feeling like you have to do this, like your stability depends on it. Maybe you're financially dependent on this person, and that's why you're still around. Then focus on what you can do to become more financially independent. Wouldn't it be better to be working 2 jobs and have your own place, and what little time you have is peaceful to yourself or with those you truly want around you, that love you, that don't make you feel this way? You're going to have to make decisions. I mean, what would the healed version of this person you're involved with, what would they be like? Can you even see a healed version of this person? Or when you look at them, can you just see straight through to their soul when you look in their eyes and see that they have no motivation, no concern, none whatsoever, no intention whatsoever of looking at themselves and doing any sort of personal healing so that they can see where their mistakes are, so that they can stop making the same mistakes that are hurting you, that have led you to feel the way you did? Because I feel like at one point you did see this person as this sparkly, shiny new toy, but you don't see them that way anymore. Because now the masks have come off. There's no one in this picture except this divine figure here, almost like, the heavens are trying to shout down to you and let you know, listen, stand in your power, speak your truth. The masks are off. Look, we've ripped off the masks. You don't have a choice but to be yourself anymore either. That's why there's 2 masks here. Because you can't be this fake person anymore and pretend that you're happy in this situation. You cannot take it anymore. The feeling that I'm getting is someone who literally I just heard I'd rather walk off a cliff than spend another day in this. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in that situation. Stand in your power. And I just heard the Eminem song and put one of those fingers on each hand up. What song is that? That's the real Slim Shady. Yeah, that's that song. Like, forget what they say. I'm not taking this call right now. It's not from my sister or my stepdad, so I'm not important. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Shit. That totally broke my channeling. What was I saying? I'm feeling a lot of passion from this card. Guys, I'm feeling so much passion from this. You're like overflowing with the need to speak your truth. So much so that every time, but you're so blocked. Every time you try to speak, it's literally almost like, it's like an invisible hand is literally coming and just crushing your throat right here. So you can't even speak. I mean, wow, that's intense. You need to speak. That won't go away until you push past it. And the way you push past it is by acknowledging how you feel and saying, this isn't good enough. I deserve better. I deserve love. Because what I'm getting from this card, this person is fake, 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 fake. And you allowed yourself to be fake, 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 just to be with them because they were a shiny new toy. You really did have sincere attraction. But the moment you started seeing the truth, how, it wasn't the way they really said it was, your feelings immediately started to change because you thought this person was sincere and you're seeing they were just another person wearing a mask. Wow. Okay. I'm going to check the chopwood card and then we're going to close this out. Number 42. Oh, and this is number 16. Breaks down to a 7. 42. Breaks down to a 6. Being grounded in everyday experience and humility. Some of you have really been focusing hard on projects or something. There's just something you've been focusing really hard on. Really weird. I can hear my son whistling downstairs. Ow. Normally I can't hear it. Wow. Maybe it's just really quiet in the house. It says there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. I just heard life is passing you by. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be, to let nature take its course, is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Yeah, so whatever you've been working on manifesting, and I feel like for some of you this could deal with the business, for some of you this could deal with, I'm getting with interactions with people as well. But whatever your manifestations are, can literally be anything. Take time to enjoy how far you've come so far, how you've changed so far, what you've healed so far, what successes you've had. And it could be as simple as no longer stressing over this or that or whatever. You know what it is better than I do, right? But celebrate every little victory you have. I have this thing. Anytime I realize, wow, I normally would have done da-da-da-da-da. I handled this so well. I start hearing Katrina, I think it's Katrina and the Waves, Walking on Sunshine. I start hearing that song in my head. Or I'll start hearing Sierra, Level Up. She's like, level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. And then I just start doing this little happy dance because I'm like, yeah, celebrate every little victory, right? Everyone counts. And that just fills you with more positivity. And it just really brings you up to a higher state of being where, You just feel better, and it lingers, and it's almost like recharging your batteries. That's why it's so important to celebrate and be present in the moment. Once you've set your intentions for your manifestations, once you know what it is, it's just about focusing on the day-to-day, enjoying every moment, and dealing with whatever comes up as it comes up. But you don't know what that is. That's not for us to know, right? We're not the creator. We are co-creators. We're just playing along. Alright, guys. I hope this was helpful. I really hope that my learning how to look from a new perspective will help someone out there look at things from a new perspective. There's been a lot of crying, a lot of not sleeping, but it's all been good. So much healing has come from it, and I'm at peace with whatever the outcome may be. It's hard to explain how I'm at peace with whatever the outcome may be in my situation, but I just am. And that has poured over into other areas of my life with other things. And I'm okay with being exactly where I am. So I hope this hurts less than it did for me, because maybe this video will help. And I hope you'll join me in the next video. I might just do more videos like this and just continue to share my experiences with you guys, and have whatever resonates with whoever, have it resonate, right? Just join me for a little story. I am the storyteller's oracle after all. Love you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I might post something again soon. Who knows? I will be going back up to stay in the hospital this weekend with my mother, so I won't be filming this weekend probably. I might do maybe like a quick video or something like that on Instagram, so go follow me there. You can get to my Instagram through my website, which is linked below. And all of my social media is there, so you can follow me on any of them, because I'm also considering going live on TikTok. I'm just kind of throwing that around. Sounds like it might be fun. We'll see. But yeah, you guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video.